Manipulation, pouting, temper tantrums. Kody roasted Cristin for game playing in their relationship. Signs he was being way too hard on her before she left and married David Woolley. Kody Brown from Sister Wives has accused his former wife, Cristin Brown, of manipulation and playing mind games with him in the past. Kody, a 56-year-old native of Arizona, was previously in a polygamous relationship with his 4 wives: Cristin, Janelle, Mary, and Robin Brown. He enjoyed being the patriarch of his large family with 18 children. However, sometime after his marriage to Robin, Kody became very distant from his other wives. He started putting all his efforts into his 4th marriage, even if it meant pushing his other wives away and not being a good husband to them. Kody reached the peak of his antics during the COVID-19 pandemic when he created a list of rules for everyone in his family. He made his 4 wives comply with his demands, causing a great deal of family drama and chaos. Eventually, Cristin realized she could no longer be in a relationship with Kody. She decided to leave polygamy and moved away from Kody and his other wives. In late 2022, Cristin met her soulmate, David Woolley, on a dating app. Without hesitation, she married him in October 2023. Kody and Cristin have publicly insulted each other without a second thought. In 2022, Kody referred to Cristin as a game player, accusing her of being manipulative and immature. He said, "She's a game player," from the time we were married, and criticizing her for manipulation, pouting, temper tantrums. Kody made these comments while discussing a previous incident where Mary gave him a really cool birthday gift. He mentioned that Cristin had lost hers *** that day, expressing jealousy towards Mary and stating that she was in a loveless marriage in front of their children. Additionally, it's difficult to blame Cristin for overreacting because she was frustrated by the lack of romance and support in her marriage and desired Kody's affection. Throughout the years, Cristin made sincere efforts to salvage her marriage with Kody. She supported and loved him unconditionally. However, he didn't reciprocate the same level of dedication to their relationship. Kody didn't adequately value his wife, who had given birth to 6 of his children. Kody mistreated and hurt Cristin in several ways in the past. In the first few seasons, the polygamous patriarch criticized Cristin's physical appearance and insulted her by choosing Robin's wedding dress. He also didn't give Cristin enough time and attention, especially in comparison to Robin. Kody rarely acknowledged Cristin's sacrifices in the family. He even lashed out at her when she decided to leave him, blaming her for not forming relationships with his other wives. Kody placed all the blame for his failed marriage on Cristin, claiming everything that happened was Cristin's fault. Cristin and Kody officially parted ways in late 2021. While Cristin was initially upset over the years spent with Kody, she eventually found happiness in her new life. Over the past few years, Cristin has achieved significant milestones in both her personal and professional life. She has found everlasting love with David and is unwilling to spend time away from him. Additionally, Cristin has made progress in her career as a motivational social media influencer, amassing over 1.5 million followers on Instagram and launching 2 rental properties in Moab and Hurricane, Utah. She is content with the way her life turned out and is grateful every day. She appears calm, happy, emotionally balanced, suggesting that Kody may have been the source of the issues. In a recent social media post, Cristin shared a cuddly picture with David along with the caption, "Joy isn't something you wait for. It's something you create." While the other Sister Wives cast members, Kody, Mary, and Janelle, are fighting over Coyote Pass property, Cristin has found inner happiness. Kody Brown's temper flared during many pivotal moments in the Sister Wives series, but perhaps none more sharply than when Cristin Brown, his 3rd wife, began distancing herself emotionally from him. It became apparent to viewers that something was shifting between them, and while Kody was often quick to accuse Cristin of game playing, there were clear signs that he was being way too harsh on her before she left him for good and eventually married David Woolley. Cristin had always been the emotional backbone of their family, the one who kept the peace, mediated conflicts, and supported Kody's role as patriarch. Yet, as their marriage unraveled, Kody's reactions seemed to increasingly reflect frustration and a growing sense of entitlement. It was as though he couldn't comprehend that Cristin could want more than what he was offering, emotionally, physically, and relationally. His accusations of her game playing were rooted in a need to control the narrative, something that would prove to be a central theme in their deteriorating relationship. Kody had always been a man with a strong sense of pride, especially about his family and how he was perceived by the world. But as Cristin began to express dissatisfaction, his behavior seemed to evolve into something more vindictive, casting her attempts at self-assertion in the harshest light. In reality, Cristin was simply beginning to see her worth and recognizing that she didn't have to remain in a marriage that was causing her more harm than good. One of the most telling aspects of Kody's treatment of Cristin during this time was his reaction to her emotional needs. Cristin had made it clear that she was unhappy, but instead of meeting her halfway or acknowledging her feelings, Kody often resorted to manipulation tactics. He would gaslight her into questioning her reality, turning the conversation back on her with accusations of being too sensitive or manipulative. This made Cristin feel as though her feelings weren't valid or worthy of consideration, creating an emotional distance that Kody seemed to ignore or overlook. His need to maintain control in their relationship often meant dismissing her needs, which only pushed her further away. At the same time, Kody's pouting and temper tantrums became increasingly apparent to anyone watching. When he didn't get what he wanted, he became petulant, sulking around and making passive-aggressive comments to Cristin. It was as if his ego couldn't handle the idea that she might no longer want to be his wife, so instead of addressing her concerns, he would throw a tantrum. His response to Cristin's growing independence was often one of defensiveness, and it wasn't just the minor snarky remarks. He would make her feel guilty for wanting to take time for herself, for being vocal about her unhappiness, or for even questioning their future together. The classic signs of a person being too hard on someone else were all there. Kody was acting like a child who had lost his favorite toy, unwilling to recognize that Cristin was no longer interested in playing his game. His emotional immaturity became evident, especially when he would accuse her of manipulating him for her own benefit. He refused to see that Cristin's attempts to create boundaries were not manipulative, but necessary for her mental and emotional well-being. She wasn't trying to control him, she was simply attempting to regain control of her own life. One of the most telling moments of Kody's harsh treatment came during a heated conversation where he lashed out at Cristin for game playing. It was as if he couldn't fathom that she would want anything other than to be the dutiful wife, doing everything for him while receiving very little in return. When he accused her of playing games, it wasn't just about their relationship. It was an accusation that Cristin was somehow orchestrating everything to make him look bad. Kody failed to understand that Cristin's decision to leave wasn't a game. It was a culmination of years of emotional neglect, resentment, and unmet needs. Kody's refusal to acknowledge his role in the collapse of their relationship was a major factor in Cristin's eventual decision to walk away. She had tried, time and again, to make the marriage work, but Kody's inability to meet her emotional needs left her with no other choice. His tendency to be controlling, coupled with his refusal to take responsibility for his actions, made Cristin's exit feel like the only logical next step. When she left and later married David Woolley, it was not a hasty decision, but rather a sign of her reclaiming her power and refusing to allow Kody's manipulation and tantrums to define her future. Cristin's decision to leave was also a reflection of her recognition that love should not be a battleground. It was an act of self-love, choosing to prioritize her happiness and emotional well-being over Kody's demands.